Hey, welcome to Module 5. This is going to be a really good one, and it's really going to get us moving on the project. We're starting from, from the very beginning with, what are our goals, what are our objectives, what are our outcomes, and things like that. And so this is a really good place to start with that. We're rolling on our project. We should be thinking about what our topic's going to be. We're thinking about our kickoff meeting and things like that. So objectives and outcomes is kind of where we want to start. And the interesting thing is that outcomes and objectives kind of have there's a little bit of confusion that happens with them. Sometimes we use those terms interchangeably. But we really want to make sure that we kind of flesh out what the difference is. And according to the Mager book, which you're going to be looking at, outcomes and objectives are different. And the objective actually is kind of a feeder for the outcome, and we want to kind of keep that in mind as we move forward and as we develop our objectives and our outcomes for our course project and things like that. One thing you're going to find with Mager is he does his objectives a little bit differently. Normally, when we think about what an objective is, usually it's a statement that begins with a really measurable verb, right? And becomes something of a piece that we're trying to reach, or what's going to help us to achieve a particular outcome. But Mager goes a little deeper than that. There's actually 3 elements to his objectives, and I think it's a really, really good way of beginning study of objectives, because it really forces you to really tease out and think through your objective rather than just kind of scrolling down a statement with a verb. You actually got to think about what they're going to be doing and what it is that you're trying to accomplish. So one little piece of heads up is this: the outcomes and rather objectives that you write with Mager, they're going to look a little different than you may be typically used to, and I think that's good, because it really helps you really think them through. You have to. And so the reason why I do that is because I want you to really think through, your objectives for this project, and this really will help. And then, one thing I kind of always profess is that, if once we kind of know how to develop an objective through the Mager model, and we do a good one, I kind of think that once we do that, we kind of have a license to choose the way that we write the outcomes that we want for our course. So the idea is teasing them out as best you can, and then once you master that particular skill, writing them in the Mager way, then I'm going to give you license to write the objective the way that you choose for your course. All right, so it's one of those things where you kind of earn your license to do it the way that you want in the course. So we have that. We're going to have some. You're going to be asked to write your objectives for the course and draft those out. And then the second part, actually, further aside from the outcomes and the objectives, we're going to talk about experiential learning, which is a big thing here at Northeastern. It's something that's actually, kind of woven into the fabric of our university here, and that is, how can we make, our experiences in the educational setting match the needs of the working world and of industry and things like that. And we do that a number of ways. We do it through experiential projects. We do it through ways in which we do co-ops, and we do internships and things like that. But we also try to infuse it into our online learning pieces, where we instead of kind of thinking in the theoretical, we frame our questions with situations where a student is expected to kind of tease through the real world experience, and we also just try to get them thinking like someone in the working world would think, and sometimes that's through case studies as well, rather than using rather than using texts. Sometimes we like to pull situational stuff from case studies and things like that, and actually be able to critique some of those situations that come from the real world and through research. So it's a really kind of a fun week this week. You're going to be moving on your kickoff meeting and drafting your objectives and things like that. And we're off and running with this project. It's going to be very, very good, and it's going to be very rewarding. So I hope you're excited about it. So have a great week in Module 5. Thanks a lot. Bye.